is to be left behind. We hear the buzzwords of whole of the government, data is the new currency, and many others. These concepts are frequently repeated, and while we do see encouragement being given to stakeholders for better and more effective use of data in creating opportunities and shaping decisions, we must ask ourselves, why has there not been a significant change in our actual ways of working? Depending on whom you ask, the responses will vary. The private sector may blame poor data generation and sharing capabilities within the public sector. Public sector stakeholders may cite inadequate human and digital capacities and sometimes even national statistical institutions for failing to deliver timely and integrated data. While all of that may be true, the real problem is more of a conceptual, in my view. In the era of data abundance, we are often overwhelmed. Without clear frameworks or direction, massive data sets can intimidate rather than inform. In the past, metadata helped guide inquiry. Today, the analyst must bring clarity to the chaos. To truly benefit from big data, we must shift our focus from analysis, which often looks backwards, to analytics, which helps us model the future. This requires understanding why certain data sets matter, how they can be layered to address a particular economic, social, or political problem, and where the insights should lead. Therefore, merely developing portals may not be enough unless we treat them as part of a broader data value chain. Real value will only emerge when people with deep policy understanding, regional insights, and social context work collectively to extract insight and build actionable solutions. Ladies and gentlemen, at the Ministry of Planning and Development, we have placed digital transformation at the core of our development strategy through the 5 E's framework, which focuses on exports, e-Pakistan, environment, energy and infrastructure, and equity and empowerment. E-Pakistan is our commitment to building a knowledge-based, digital-first economy. Big data and cloud computing will accelerate this transformation by enabling evidence-based planning. We are already integrating satellite data, geospatial analysis, and AI models into infrastructure and urban development planning. Smarter health and education with cloud platforms. We are deploying digital health records, disease surveillance, and school performance tracking, especially in underdeveloped regions. Efficient governance, data integration is reducing duplication, enhancing transparency, and is building responsive citizen services. Data, industry, and startups. We are envisioning a future where Pakistani businesses, especially SMEs and startups, will use cloud solutions to scale globally. Climate resilience, sensor-based data, and remote monitoring is revolutionizing how we manage water, agriculture, and environmental challenges. The wealth of data has long served as the foundation for evidence-based policy making in Pakistan. With the advent of National Open Data Portal, PBS data alongside with other institutional data sets will now be more accessible, discoverable, and reusable by researchers, policymakers, entrepreneurs, and the public. This democratization of data will not only strengthen decision-making processes, but will also spur innovation and economic growth with new business ideas. Allow me to share key initiatives already in motion. Pakistan's first digital census was successfully carried out by Pakistan Bureau of Statistics. It is a pioneering effort using cloud and geotag data to transform demographic planning and resource distribution. So I think, Pakistan was one of the first countries in our region to carry out a digital census very successfully, and one hallmark of that census was that it enabled us to have national consensus from all provinces. Because of its digital nature, we were able to bring in transparency in the whole process. National Data Strategy, a forthcoming framework for data interoperability, security, and institutional collaboration. AI centers of excellence established in leading universities to drive R&D in AI, big data, and cloud computing technologies. And let me also say that just as you heard from Dr. Naveed that this was our contribution under Vision 2025, which unfortunately could not last beyond 2018 because of a change that was thrust on Pakistan. Had it continued in 2025, we would have been among the top 25 economies of the world, because PricewaterhouseCoopers was testifying in 2017 that Pakistan is well on track to be in the top 20 economies by 2030. So in 2017-18, we laid down these seeds. We planted these seeds of artificial intelligence, big data, cloud computing, cyber security, automation and robotics. Along with these 4 centers, 1 center for space and satellite technology, 1 center for genomics, 1 center for applied mathematics. So they were set up in 17-18. But the others which were in pipeline were not then established because of the regime change. But now we are reviving that operation of setting up these centers which will enable Pakistan to stand tall in the new industrial revolution 4.0 or 5.0. So this year we are starting National Center in Quantum Computing, National Center in Nanotechnology, National Center in New Manufacturing. So these will be our 3 new centers which will add to this cluster of national centers which have created very successfully. And I must compliment leadership of all these centers that they have worked very hard, and now we have kind of an ecosystem built around these centers, which was the intent, that they should not just be pure research centers, but they should actually create an ecosystem in Pakistan that will promote innovation, that will promote startups, and that will drive our journey in these areas. The launch of National Open Data Portal developed by LUMS marks a significant milestone in promoting transparency, innovation, and data-driven governance in Pakistan. This platform will serve as a bridge between public data and informed policy making. The Pakistan Bureau of Statistics, our National Statistics Office, stands ready to support this initiative with its robust data infrastructure, including a Tier 3 compliant data center, 35 regional and 156 district offices, and specialized GIS lab in major cities. PBS has already geotagged over 40 million households and 8 million economic facilities with contact information for 50% of households. Backed by a skilled team of IT professionals and analysts and tools like an SMS gateway and national call center, PBS is uniquely positioned to feed rich, reliable data into the National Open Data Portal. Together, this collaboration between PBS and academic institutions like LUMS will empower citizens, researchers, and policymakers alike to make evidence-based decisions for a more prosperous and transparent Pakistan. Despite this progress, we face serious challenges. And the first and foremost challenge is data secrecy syndrome. No matter what is the data, we all believe that data is to be very much guarded and held with your own chest, very close to your chest. I'll give you one little story to show you what is particularly in public sector, the syndrome. of this secrecy. When I returned from States, so I took a job in Ghee Corporation of Pakistan. It was facing serious challenges. The industry had been deregulated. So it was at that time a big Titanic ship in that industry with monopoly. But as private sector came in, it started to sink very steeply because it was not ready from seller's market to buyer's market. How would it cope with this change? So in 1 year, there was a chairman, he sort of persuaded me that you must now try your skills, what you acquired in America in your education, and here is a ready-made case for you to do something. So we successfully turned around GCP in 1 year, and there happens to be a case in LUMS on that turnaround, Ghee Corporation of Pakistan. So after 1 year, that chairman with whom I teamed up to turn around GCP got transferred. So then I saw no purpose in staying there, so I also wanted to resign. So I sent my private secretary to manager establishment. I just wanted to check, whether I've completed 1 year of service or not. So go to manager establishment and check my date of joining. When did I join? So he went there and he came back laughing. He said, well, the manager says that is a company confidential information.